Welcome to number 36 of our fundamental supersize business strategies. Today we're talking about using our power for good. And I call this one the power strategy. And we do a couple of things in our businesses that, and I teach other people to do the same, that are a behind the scenes power grid in terms of how things work in our organization. It goes beyond an organizational chart. It goes beyond expectations and what job duties are, etc. It talks about who's responsible for what. We call it an RI document and process, and we have it boiled down to just about everything in the specific business that we're working with or working on, or in my businesses, because we need to know who's got the authority and the responsibility for doing certain things within our organization. Certain types of decisions are made by purchasing or sales or marketing or finance. It depends on your business and how you're structured, but everybody should know who's responsible for what. So there's no finger pointing whenever something comes up that is a challenge or a problem to the organization. It helps us to streamline our processes, to make faster, quicker, easier decisions. There's some decisions that require a cross-functional team of people to make. And there's other decisions that are just the everyday operations that are within your purview and your responsibility. And so you need to stand up, take responsibility for them, and make sure that things are getting done in a timely fashion. I say, and we're talking about this in the Let's Grow Annual Challenge today, is using our skills, abilities, resources, and power for good. We all have a choice, right? Within our organizations, as well as individual human beings, what we're going to do and how we're going to show up in the world. I always like to say, I'd much rather be an example than a warning. I'll be honest, I've been both in my life. I think most of us have. Sometimes we do the wrong thing. Sometimes we say the wrong thing. Sometimes we make mistakes. And those are lessons that are brought into our life for us to learn and not make them again and again and again. I often talk about decision making and leadership and how we do the best we can with out of the information we have at the time for any given situation. But it doesn't mean we don't learn from that situation. And next time something similar comes up, make a better decision, make a better choice, have more information, whatever is necessary, because we didn't have it when we initially experienced it, so that we're continually improving and growing. Curious, do you have a power strategy for your organization? Do you have a contingency plan if something happens to any person in your power framework or responsibility framework, or whatever you would want to call it? We call ours RI chart. It's just an RI chart, and it has the person, the role that they're filling, and then that role's responsibility. It's not really about the person. It's about the responsibility for the role that they're playing in the organization, or that they're fulfilling in the organization. Engineering has different responsibilities than production does when we're creating products and services for the world. So I'm curious, do you have have you ever thought out, and do you have, and you can do it on your org chart. You can take your org chart, and for each of those areas and responsibilities, be clear in who does what, who decides what, who's got what power to do different things in your business and in your organization. Who decides what your marketing strategies are going to be? Is that a cross-functional team, or is it solely owned by your marketing department or marketing division? Depends on the size of your company, how many divisions and things you have, or how many different functions are separated and do their own thing in your organization. But the truth is, all of it has to come together with synergy, or we run into challenges and problems. Worked in many companies that had the old silo system where nothing happened until you got to the vice president level in the in that particular function, because only the vice presidents were allowed to meet and talk. It was very dysfunctional, and I'm sure it's changed by now, but it was really challenging to get anything done in that organization, because everything had to go all the way up to the vice president level and then come back down, all the way up to the next vice president level and come back down. Super duper time consuming. It's why I personally think bigger organizations tend to be less agile, and so it's really easy to compete with them. All right, that's all I've got today. I'd love to know your take on using your power as a business or as an individual for good. It's kind of top of mind today. Share in the comments below. If you have any questions, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another fundamental supersizing business strategy. Have a great day.